Welcome to Top Shelf Men. I'm Reese. Today, we will talk about how Oneitis and the soulmate myth can kill. This is an important topic because men overwhelmingly choose to end themselves, particularly in situations where they lose their wife, girlfriend, or lover. I think this happens all too often due to a combination of beliefs that are taught to young men by popular culture through the betatization process. And this deadly combination is believing in the soulmate myth and having the idea that you should be dating exclusively only one girl at a time. This leads to men developing oneitis for every love interest. These are the two most dangerous beliefs any one man can hold. The soulmate myth makes your average frustrated chump think that he is locked into one particular woman, of which he will never be able to do better, because it's his soulmate. He's destined to be with her. Oneitis is the result of men who believe that spinning plates is not an option and choose to live conventional lives dictated by modern culture, which teaches men to put women on pedestals. The reality is that conventional lifestyles only lead to oneitis. Men who lead conventional lives go on to college in order to get a worthless degree so they can get into a corporate job in which they will never find themselves in an abundance of income, charisma, or women. This causes the average male to easily develop oneitis anytime they are lucky enough to have any semi-attractive girl willingly offer them sex and companionship. Unfortunately, for average men, the women offering themselves to them are usually right off the epiphany phase, off the banana carousel, or they tend to be women who are post-wall and they've come to the conclusion that they're willing to settle for the beta provider. For the average male, having women offer themselves is such a rare occurrence that the thought of losing this one female's sex and attention is emotionally crushing for a man with few to no options. This puts the average man in her frame as he needs her more than she wants him. This dynamic causes betatization through 1,000 concessions in which men will willingly stay in relationships that have become abusive or toxic. No matter how much their gut instinct tells them to drop their relationship, they feel that this is the woman for me. This is my soulmate. Speaking to many men on this topic, I have heard things like, I'm not in as good shape as I used to be when I was younger, so I'm settling. I'm in my 30s or 40s and I want an age-appropriate girlfriend, so I can't do better than her. She's good enough for me. Dating sucks, so I've settled for her. And from the more religious folks, I've heard this is what God and or fate put on this earth to be my wife. Or whatever other magical thinking makes them feel cosmically attached to the person they're currently with. This leads average males to resign themselves to accept their fate as a plow horse, who is there to open their wallet and repeat such bullshit mantras such as happy wife, happy life. A man who resigns himself to accept this fate as normal cannot hold any form of frame. The plow horse simply lives for her benefit. As he falls deeper into her frame, she will grow more unhappy and disappointed with his lack of masculinity and leadership. She will inevitably take the reins in the relationship and make all the decisions and lead him instead. She will grow disgusted to the point that sex will become a chore or completely stop. With stagnation in any relationship, women's hypergamy will kick in. And if she sees that she has more options than him, she will convince herself that it's okay to cheat and betray her plow horse. And we've all heard women's excuses such as, well, we just aren't intimate anymore. And from married women, I've heard, well, we are just cohabitating to raise our children anyway, so it doesn't matter. And also I've heard he, referring to the other guy, makes me feel special. When women see an opportunity to exercise their hypergamy, They do not hesitate to use any form of mental gymnastics to justify betraying the person they're with. In all my years, this is the general pattern I have observed in many failed marriages that leave men irreparably damaged, black-pilled, or as Rollo says, leads them to find permanent solutions to temporary problems. There are things men can do to preemptively not fall into this mental trap. Number one would be find your purpose. Most men working jobs aren't particularly happy with the work they do. They work in order to pay their bills and experience life. Now, this takes time, but as part of self-improvement, I recommend you find something you like and are good at. Then develop those skills in your free time. You can then spin these skills into a side hustle. Even if you aren't anywhere near the top, you'll have a sense of purpose because you will be working on something you enjoy and believe. I repeat, this takes time, so don't start tomorrow, start today. When shit hits the fan in life, you will always still feel needed if you truly found your purpose as a man and you're making your dent in the universe. This will prevent you from falling into the trap of making any female the center of your universe. Understand that we are still animals. Women smell nice and smell even nicer when they give us access to their bodies and companionship. But in reality, any woman with attractive features that isn't a land whale can provide those feelings. Sure, some will make you feel more than others, but if you are truly working on yourself, then spin plates. If you notice that there aren't enough women around you in order for you to spin plates, then move. Women move to large cities all the time in order to maximize their hypergamy and the pool of men available to them. So stop being lazily comfortable where you currently live. Once you put yourself in a situation where you can spin plates, then make women compete for you. But obviously, this only works if you are doing the work on yourself. Remember, nobody cares about a man's struggles. Now, if you feel that plate spinning is wrong or immoral, then I must break it to you that you have internalized female thinking. You are effectively a feminist without the label. Many men suffer from this as they are raised by single mothers and have had over a decade of exposure to only female or gay teachers, and the media has been grooming you into thinking like a defective girl. You feel plate spinning is wrong because your default thinking is geared towards only benefiting the women in your life. It is imperative that you deprogram yourself. Put yourself first and develop frame. There are no soulmates. Great men throughout history had harems and concubines. Do you think any of those great historical figures were thinking that it was unfair they had hordes of women who gladly had their children in exchange for resources, safety, and comfort? Finally, I must also tell you to stop sedating yourself. It's easy not to do any of this if you're content with porn, drugs, video games, and/or alcohol. If there are distractions in your home, then get out of your house. At the end of the day, you will get out of life as much as you put into it. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you found this video useful, please share it on social media and leave a like to help this channel grow. This is Reese. See you next video.